What's up, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Earl Shatter, and in today's video we're going to be discussing the best class setup for the ABR tactical rifle in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Before we get into the rest of the video, if you guys do enjoy yourselves at any time, make sure you guys go down below and smash that like button. Also, if you guys are new and want to find your way back to the channel, make sure you guys do subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. The last time I made a video addressing the ABR, it wasn't even a best class setup. The weapon wasn't in a position where I would recommend it for anyone at the time. It really needed a buff, and Treyarch finally heard us and delivered a buff for it. The exact buff that took place was on November 15th, and what they did was they decreased the time in between bursts, making the gun a lot more effective overall. However, it is questionable just because of the fact that they have a repeater, which is an operator mod available to the ABR, or the operator mod I should say, as there is only one available to each weapon. The whole point of the operator mod was to decrease the time in between bursts itself, so it is kind of weird because now I feel like the operator mod is pretty much useless. The gun is really good without it. The time in between the bursts is fairly low. The best way to put it is it's not 100% a complete piece of crap anymore, and that's actually quite a good thing. It's, however, annoying to get outgunned by it in games where, you typically were used to people not being able to do it with this gun. It does get a little bit frustrating, but then you do realize, man, the gun was so bad before, it was basically useless. So the buff is overall a great thing to have for this weapon. Before this buff, I probably would have put this weapon down and never used it again after getting dark matter. However, now that they decided to implement the buff that they have, I will be using this in the future, throwing it on a class from time to time and just trying to enjoy myself while using a gun that I don't use all the time. One thing I can say that's kind of cool, however isn't really good for the operator mod, is the fact that I believe the gun does pretty much better with or significantly even while using no operator mods than it does when you are using the operator mod, kind of deeming it pointless like I did say before. However, those operator mods do take up 3 slots, so just something you're going to want to consider when using this gun is that you probably do not need to run the operator mod under any circumstances. If you guys really do think that the operator mod makes a difference after this buff, let me know down in the comment section below. I'm interested in hearing if some of you guys think this thing is still worth running with the operator mod. For the best class setup for the ABR, we are running the ELO sight, the grip, the suppressor, the extended mags, the ComSec device, and then for perks, we are using Scavenger, Dexterity, and Dead Silence. The ABR, alongside the other tactical rifles, does have a default sight that is similar to an ACOG. Personally, I can't stand it, so I choose to use the ELO. It is a little less intrusive than the Reflex, and overall, it just provides that dot that we all love. And by not having that default sight, I personally feel like I'm quite a bit more accurate with this weapon. I am running the grip. It does help you become a little bit more accurate, helps that recoil remain low. When I'm using burst fire weapons, regardless if I'm getting shot at, whatever the flinch might be, I always want to be as accurate as possible. So for this weapon, I like to throw on the grip. It makes me feel like I'm going to hit the most shots, and that's important to me. One of the main things I enjoy running on any of the burst fires that allow it is that suppressor. I think the Swordfish also allows this. And honestly, it's great to stay off the map when you're firing at your enemies, especially if they don't have the UAV. It's not going to give away your position, and a lot of times you're able to flank in silence and no one's going to know you're coming, taking out multiple enemies in that process. The one downfall is that it does affect range. However, this being a burst fire gun, you're going to be able to hit a lot of your bullets a lot more often, even from a distance, so it's not going to feel like it takes a whole lot more to take somebody down. Maybe like 3 or 4 bursts as opposed to 2 up close, and that's really all not that bad. Especially depending on the weapon that they're using, they're probably going to be a little bit less accurate, and you're just not going to give away your position in the meantime. The last attachment that we have on the ABR is going to be the extended mags. If you guys are familiar with my best class setup, you guys know that I use the extended mags, the fast mags, the hybrid mags, whatever the mags might be on most of the guns. That is something that you'll see me run. Of course, the more good kills that you can get without reloading is always beneficial. And I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of times where I die reloading, so those times might not happen so often if you have more bullets in your clip. Not even just that, the higher chances you'll survive those multi-kills. Maybe 3 or 4 people decide to challenge you all one after the next. This is going to be something that gets you through those fights, and it'll get you through them strongly. Overall, the ABR is much better than it was before the buff. it is probably still the worst of the tactical rifles, as I believe the DMR being semi-automatic is extremely powerful, and then the Swordfish is just unstoppable. Now that they've buffed the ABR and made the time in between the bursts a little bit less, making the operator mod, in my opinion, pretty much useless, I think that it would be cool to see them alternate the operator mod to make this gun shoot fully automatic instead of a burst fire. Let me know down in the comment section if you guys think that would be a cool idea, or if you guys think that the operator mod is so good and has no issue with being the way it is. For those of you going for dark matter, you should no longer have to struggle with any of the tactical rifles, as this was really the only struggle that there was. Now that this weapon has been buffed and the time in between the bursts has been decreased, you are now able to go out there and truly compete with this gun. But that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy it at any time, make sure you guys go down below and smash that like button. We do have a goal of 50 likes on today's content, and I think with your guys' help, we can get that done. Also, if you guys are new and want to find your way back to the channel, make sure you guys do subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. I appreciate you guys all tuning into today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.